And it's a line drive to
Key lime margarita?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Just watch.
Whoa.
Hi.
Go for it.
Thanks.
What about me?
Got you covered. Hey!
Whoa.
Hey!
Hey.
Hey.
Lefty O'Doul's drink mixes at these fine stores.
What are you doing? I'm getting the girl back.
I just knew too much.
With a live audience here at the Gold Dust Lounge at Fisherman's Wharf. It's the Will and Willie Show, brought to you by Lefty O'Doul's Drink Mixes, your bartender in a bottle. I'm Paul Wells.
I'm Will Durst.
And I'm Willie the Brown.
And our guest, C.W. Nevius, San Francisco Chronicle, also SFGate blogging.
That's right.
Charles Walter.
Charles William.
William.
I would just like to say, now that I'm here, what an honor it is to be with a famous comedian. And Will Durst, it's an honor to be with you as well. I had that one ready.
Man, he worked on that all morning. Yeah.
Where have you been?
Well, it took me all day to
Chuck,
think
how
that
are
up.
you?
I am well. As we often say, San Francisco is a target-rich environment for a columnist, and it's a great time to be a columnist in San Francisco.
And you're in the paper how many times?
3 times a week, every other day. It's the easiest job in the world, just 3 ideas a week.
3? That's all you require?
That's all I need, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Still, that's
Not
a
bad.
beast, man. On your back every day.
You know, there was a guy who was a columnist for the New York Times, and he quit. And they said, "Why did you quit?" And he said, "It's like standing under a windmill. The blade comes down, you duck, you think, oh my God, thank God that didn't hit me. You stand up, and here comes another blade." And it's just, people say, "You have such an easy job." I said, "Why don't you try it for 2 weeks, and then come back and talk to me?"
Yeah, that's. I mean, I do 1 column a week, and I send it out, and it doesn't get picked up by anybody, but I still send it out, and just having that. Oh man, it's Wednesday. Oh God, Wednesday. I gotta start coming in because I gotta write it Friday morning. I get a deadline, and just 1 a week.
Yep, that's.
And you're 3 a week, and then Carol was 5 times. He was 6 times a week.
I think
for a
he was
while.
5, and Herb Kane was 6.
And now he's down to 4.
Yeah, not Herb Kane, but John
Kane is down to 4. It's just that I like the new Pope. I like Frankie, Pope Frankie.
Call him Frankie.
The old Pope, Ratzinger, for one. He was the guy who had joined the Hitler Youth, when he was a kid, and he said he did it, but because he was young and he didn't believe in the philosophy, and he got out as soon as he can, and I can totally relate because that's my experience with the Catholic Church.
I've always been suspicious, frankly, of people who lay their poor judgment and poor conduct on their youthfulness. I was at my best when I was young.
Not me, man. I don't have skeletons in my closet. I have the whole Bowen army from the 7th Voyage of Sinbad.
Somebody once asked me, you have any skeletons in your closet? I said, if you don't count the cemetery.
My skeletons have skeletons.
CW writes 3 times a week, though. 3 times a week is tough.
It is tough. It's not an easy job. Like I said, it's just 3 ideas a week, so what's the big deal?
No, but wait a minute. It's not exactly 3 original ideas because some of you... Wait. No. Will, wait, you're wrong.
His statement is better than the preamble.
Because sometimes you appropriately
Follow up. That's right.
on one thing that you discussed the week before.
Well, I had more to say. That's right. I wanted to expand on what I was saying previously. That's right.
Well, let me tell you how I explained that. When running for mayor the first time, I was unaware that you actually would see the same people twice. And so I answered the question at the Italian Social Club here in the North Beach area. I answered a question. And then when I'm out at the Irish Cultural Center, big Irish, Italian, no way. I answered it differently. And somebody in the audience raised their hand and said I was at the Italian club, and when you asked that question, you answered it one way, and the day you answered it differently. How do you explain? I said, what was that, 2 days ago? You'd be surprised.
Is that 91?
No, 95.
95.
95.
95
Yeah.
and 99.
95 and 99.
Can you run again?
Oh, sure, I can run again.
Good. You have to have 4 years.
4 years, do you?
Yeah, you'd have to have a lap, yeah.
Yeah, but you can run again.
Yeah, I can run
How
again.
come you never
Are
thought?
you declaring right now? Because it'd be a great time to declare. If you
Look
wanted to
out,
say
it'll
something
be-
right now, this would be a great time to say it. If you wanted to
Be
say,
very clear.
Willie Brown
Be very clear.
is now running.
I am going to live on my laurels. Whatever they are.
You and her.
Whatever they are. Absolutely.
See, that's my, I need bigger laurels. I'm not sure I can live on that.
I'm out of the business. I am totally and
Oh,
completely
but what
out
a
of the
scoop this would be. Listen to the Will
I'm
and
saying-
Willie show
I'm
to
saying.
find out Mayor Brown's
Mayor Brown,
decision
he's
of
coming
whether or not
back.
to
Yeah.
run.
He's coming back.
Run, Willie, run.
That's it.
Start the new campaign.
I'm
No,
on
no,
it.
no, no. The
No,
last, you know, the last guy that ran one really run, Ed
Really
Run,
yeah.
got in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that, so run, something run, it ain't a good idea.
You wanna do that one.
That's not a good tagline.
No.
Not a good tagline, no. But, you know, writing 3 columns a week, I do one, whatever, once a week. And I do it all week.
What's your deadline?
I don't know.
Whenever.
No, no.
Whenever Phil Mateer tells
Let's
us.
see, recording on a
That's when his-
Wednesday,
That's when his deadline
coming up on
is.
Sunday.
Well, no.
But all week long, I do, you know, I do something. I say something, or like I just picked up an item from a gentleman here tonight that I'm going to use. That goes in the column tomorrow morning at breakfast, when I have breakfast. Well,
And it'll be in the column today.
no, but the
which
tough
is
breakfast
Sunday.
is with
On the air.
Audrey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't want to mess
I
with Audrey.
breakfast with Audrey.
Oh, you don't mess with Audrey.
Oh, man, those
No,
are
no.
tough. Oh, she's tough.
She told me the other day.
She's executive
she's-
that runs the paper.
She told me the other day, I said, we had somebody come in for an interview, and I said, I'd like to sit on the interview because this guy's going to be working with the writers, and I see you don't have any writers included. And she said, no. And I said, well, why not? And she said, because I don't want to give anyone the impression that this is a democracy. And I said, don't worry, nobody has that impression.
Oh, man, are you tough.
Your secret is safe with us.
Audrey?
Not many people listen to
Audrey,
this, right? Not-
Who's
not-
Audrey?
Audrey is the editor. The new-
Audrey Cooper.
Audrey Cooper, super duper Audrey Cooper, is the new editor, and she is the youngest female editor for a large city newspaper in the United States.
And the most interesting thing that she told me was that she tried to become an intern at the Chronicle, and she got rejected
No kidding.
years ago. Years
No
ago.
kidding.
She couldn't qualify as an intern.
You know what's funny is when you see the qualifications for the people we get as interns, it's unbelievable. The very best schools, the very best programs, all those things, and they come to us, and they could not write away for C's. I mean, they are, a lot of them, with these unbelievable credentials.
Form a complete sentence.
Dude,
They can't write?
Well, it's just not what they've been doing. I mean, I think a lot of colleges are doing social media. They're teaching you to do video, phone video, those kinds of things. I don't know how many of them are actually writing, declarative sentences for a newspaper. And it's astonishing because when you look at their bios, they're unbelievable. So we have a very, very...
Are they paid interns?
Yes,
Or
some are.
unpaid interns?
It depends. If you're a Hearst,
Because you get a different class of people.
when you pay,
But on the pay, you can't live here.
you can't afford to live here.
No.
Thank you.
No.
As a matter of fact, you can't afford to live here no matter what pay.
If I wasn't making so much money on this podcast, I wouldn't be able to afford
You
to
would
live.
I was thinking, what podcast is he about?
Paul told me that there was a very large stipend for this.
There's an honorarium in lieu of
honorarium.
fee.
Oh, very
Oh,
good.
yes.
Oh, very good.
An honorarium.
Very
That's
good.
it, yeah.
And it equals...
I think Lee's got a couple of drink
No, but it
tickets.
equals what Clinton and Mrs. Clinton have been getting.
Is it?
Yes.
How about 100 speeches for what, $25 million? That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
Do you
Not
think
at
they
all.
gave the same speech? Do you think they gave the same answers like you did when you...
It is the same speech.
It's always the same.
I can assure you, it's the same speech. There's only so much originality.
That's
I mean,
exact- that's
it becomes amazing.
It's not originality. It's every fact has to be vetted, and you have to believe in it.
No, don't deal with accuracy.
Well, it only gets you in trouble.
Facts are malleable things.
If you start stressing this accuracy, as Herb Cain said, you're killing all my good items. You know, he would write an item and they'd say, "Well, I checked it out, Herb, and that's not true." He said, "Then we'll correct it tomorrow, but don't kill the item, for heaven's sake."
Is that true?
Oh yeah,
That's a great line.
yeah.
Don't kill the item.
Don't kill the item.
Well, it's like the man who shot Liberty Valance. Print the legend.
That's
you know?
right. Yeah. There we go. There we go.
But I'm amazed, you said you take telephone calls from people?
I do. No, I do. On a regular basis. I have a 3 strikes rule with emails. If they send me a nasty email, you'd be surprised how often somebody sends you a really nasty email. And you write them back, and they write back and say, you know, I was really having kind of a bad day, and, you know what?
Right.
So you give them a break.
Give them a break. And, you know, they say, I want to apologize for my language. I got a little worked up.
So if they do that
If they do that 3 times, they're out. That's
you
it.
never ever again communicate with them.
Right, no, I say in the third one, that's 3 strikes, you're out.
You know what the worst is? The anonymous ones.
Yeah.
The guys who are not, I mean, and they'll get over innocuous stuff, you know. I think Gaspari's is the best pizza in you Obama-loving libtards are all alike. Dude, it's pizza.
Yeah.
Settle down. Then he calls you a moron and he spells it wrong.
That guy's been emailing me.
I've gotten those emails too.
But that's another one. A lot of times I'll do that, and I'll write back and say, at least my name is on what I wrote. And a lot of times you get a note back, okay, my name is, Paul, something like that. So
It's okay, everybody
Now, you
blames
talked-
me, might as well join the club.
You talked about the contact that came from the Archdiocese.
Oh, yeah.
Are they still on your case?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Well, as I said, I think that we were talking about, there's ways to do this. The Archdiocese is doing some great things. For example, the Archbishop holds services for people in the mission who are victims of violence on a regular basis. And they send out a press release, and that's a great thing. And I said that to him. That's a great thing. The Vatican provided showers for the poor. That's a great thing. But to pick a fight at your school in San Francisco about same-sex marriage or homosexuality, you're asking for it. And I don't know, we mentioned earlier he came from Oakland, but this is a different breed right here. You tell San Franciscans, okay, you may have to participate in a protest, and it may get a little ugly. They're like, we are there. That sounds great.
But Chuck, Oakland has a volume of voters on the gay, lesbian, transgender side that is incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. Rebecca Kaplan is not an accident over there,
Right.
politically speaking.
Right. Yeah.
That's where there's a level of comfort of participating in civic activities and civic events. Yet he felt it okay to do exactly what he's attempting to do in San Francisco.
I think there's 2 things. I think, first of all, with the Star of the Sea Church and school, you brought kids into it. And there's nobody more volatile than parents with their kids. We have a saying, I've got kids, you can't tell me anything. That's it. And the second thing is, I've been very surprised, I probably shouldn't have been, the number of homosexual practicing Catholics who are very serious about their faith in San Francisco. And I think they felt violated.
And one more thing he didn't understand. Multiple members of his administration you've just described.
Yes.
That's why when I explained to Levedo that I think everybody working for you.
Check under the frock. On that thought, we'll continue this on the other side of the break here on the Will and Willie Show, live from the Gold Dust Lounge at Fisherman's Wharf. I'm Paul Wells.
I'm Will Durst, and that's Willie the Brown.
Right home.
And
I thought you were
CW
drinking, man.
I was.
Stay with us in the next segment.
I was. I couldn't